Why do we need a better memory now? Right? We've got technology, we've got AI, we've got, phones that can do amazing things, computers that can do amazing things. Why do we need to improve our memory? Right? So it all comes down to this. And I always look at it in terms of a physical sense. If you exercise, right, people don't blink an eye. But if you train your memory, then questions start to arise. So, what if we didn't exercise? What would happen? Right? Same question goes with training our memory. Because if you train your memory, you're going to think better, think faster, make better decisions. You're going to be more creative. You're going to solve problems. Do you see where I'm getting at? So you're going to be doing all these things with a better memory. Now you're probably going, okay, well, what's the connection between memory and that? Well, if you're trying to remember something, if you're using the skills of memory, what you're really doing is you're using an encoding process. So, what does that mean? That means taking something that doesn't make sense, that's abstract, into something that's meaningful. So, for example, I'll just give just one is you're reading something, it doesn't make any sense. In order to make sense of that, you need to be able to encode it in a way that makes sense, which is visual, right? So that's in terms of reading better. Now, if you're able to make better decisions, what do you need there? You need to visualize, right? If you want to be a leader, you need to be able to visualize a lot better. And it's not just, oh, yeah, I could see this. You need to be able to visualize scenarios. You need to be able to visualize how people would feel, how you would feel, right? So you need to be that and you need to put yourself in that situation. This is what memory does. Whereas if you're just typing something into AI, you get an answer. Well, that's great. You get the answer. So the goal now with technology, from what I believe anyway, is not necessarily about getting the answers quick. We can get that. That's fine. We're not really in the information age now. We can get information quickly. The question really is, what can we do with that information? And the doing part, that's where you need the brain skills, right? You might say, well, you know what? AI, AGI will do that later on. Well, think about it. The more advanced technology gets, the more advanced we need to be in our thinking ability. Because if you can get ahead of the curve, you're going to be the one dictating terms, not the other way around. Don't let technology control you. You control the technology. In turn, you control your life, right? So memory training is not so much about remembering, it's about getting control back for what you can do in this life. And if you can do that, that's real power. That's true power because once you do that, you'll start feeling happier. You'll start having better results in what you want to be able to do. You might have better relationships, better business, and so on, right? And this all comes by training your brain. They did it years ago, right? The ancient Greeks did it with memory palaces, right? You talk about memory palace now in the community. Not many people know about it, right? Not many people know, especially schools. I mean, part of what I do is from frustration, right? I train people because I wasn't taught in school and I got into it after university. So I did 4 or 5 years of university, and even then I didn't come across it. So we're going backwards. We need to learn this stuff and learn it fast. And the beauty is that we've got channels like this. Now, everyone can have a voice. You can learn these skills and you can teach others as well, right? You don't have to be an expert. You just have to have the skills, use the skills, right? Get the transformation, right? That transformation doesn't have to be a life-changing thing. It could just be remembering someone's name or being able to do that one thing you've never been able to do before, right? You can do this with memory techniques. You don't have to get deep involved. But as soon as that happens, go and share it with others or share my videos or my books or whatever it is. My goal is to help you get this message out there, right? That's why things like sharing is very powerful because just liking something, yeah, you like it. That's great. That's more for you. But if you share it, That's for other people. And that's where the benefit is. Yes, it's benefiting me, but it's benefiting that person because now they can pick up a skill that's going to help them for the rest of their life. Now, what's something that helps you earn more money, right? If you've been wanting to earn more money, what do you need? You need skills, whether that's, programming, whether that's learning a language, whether that's, you might have to learn a whole manual for work, right? These are all skills. And if you can build these skills up in the best possible way, what's going to happen? You're going to increase your earning capacity. You're going to increase everything else that you've been striving for, and it's going to be closer to you. Whereas if you don't train that, you're going to have to rely on your abilities currently, right? They may be good, but they may not be at a level where you really want them to go. So this isn't for people that are simply struggling. It's also for people that just want to get to the next level. That's what happened to me. I mean, yeah, I used to have a terrible memory, but I never thought it would, put me down or disadvantage me anyway, right? I was cool with that. But once I learned it, it's like, wow, what's my competitive advantage now? And I significantly increased my income. I significantly improved my relationships because I knew what's going to connect. I got rid of my stress and anxiety, right? Because I knew that memory techniques helped in this area, right? I've helped other people, people with acquired brain injuries, improve their life. People, stroke victims. I mean, gee. So what I'm trying to get at is memory is a skill that isn't just remembering. It's essentially using it in a way to change your life and to get ahead. And once you learn it, it'll never be the same. So hopefully, this message has helped you. If you like, you can click the description down below. You can work with me one on one. And like I said, I've been coaching for over 24 years now, and people have had massive results. I don't have to mention it. If you just like this stuff, you'll reach out anyway. So hopefully this has helped, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.